Welcome to our new video series. We'll be talking about industry insights from the manufacturer's point of view. We'll be sharing our expertise with you about a wider range of topics, ranging from trade show, party rental, audio-visual, that we've all learned talking with you guys, our customers. We'll be talking about what's important, what's hot, and what's trending. We hope you tune in. Welcome to Industry Insights, a Georgia Expo's perspective. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to give you some insider knowledge on how to shop for pipe and drape. So how are you going to get the best value out of your purchase? So the first thing we're going to talk about is just that, how to get the best value out of your purchase, how to buy pipe and drape so that you're maximizing your spend to get the most equipment. And the second thing we're going to talk about is how to reduce your shipping costs. So shipping is a large line item when it comes to pipe and drape, just because how bulky and big some of the items are. So I'm going to kind of give you the tips and tricks of how you can shop for pipe and drape to reduce those shipping charges. So how do you get the best deal out of buying pipe and drape? So just like you guys, I'm also a consumer. I do a lot of personal shopping, but I also do shopping for the business. And the one thing that I've learned is when I shop certain brands, I know when is the best time to buy. I know what their pricing models are so that I can make sure that I'm capitalizing on my purchase. And then Georgia Expo is no different. So think of us like a Costco or a Home Depot. As a manufacturing company, we thrive best on a wholesale model. So just like those companies, we're going to try to give you our best everyday value up front. So let me kind of explain why. So as a manufacturer, we run production runs. So on the hardware side of the business, so that's going to be your uprights, your bases, your drape supports, we run a production line. So we're going to make thousands of those items at one time. That way we can build some economies to scale and get that price lower. As we're building those products out, we go ahead and package them into boxes. So our drape supports, for example, are packed 20 per box. Our uprights are packed 20 per box on the 1.5 inch diameter, and depending on what you get on the telescoping side, 5 to 8 per box. And so that is all stocked on our shelves so that when you place an order, my packing department, my shipping team can pull those boxes directly off the shelf and get them out the door. And that's one of the reasons we're able to provide such a low everyday price, is because we are running so many of those at a time and packing so many at a time that we can give you the best value. On the drape side of the business, our sewing department, everything is pretty much made to order. And that's because there are so many different fabrics and colors and customizations, like hem sizes, length, widths. So really we're getting our economies of scale there on a larger volume order. So basically think of it like this: if you order 2 panels of drape for me, or you order 100 panels of drape for me, that initial setup is all the same amount of time. We have to go over and pull the roll off the shelf, we gotta wrap it, we gotta slit it, then we have to put it up on the machine and then pull the panels out. So that initial setup time of grabbing the roll, setting it up, cutting it is all the same for 1 panel or for 200. So our pricing model scales. Basically, the more you buy, is where our bulk pricing comes in for that discount. So kind of back to how we price. So we price off 2 different price levels. They're all wholesale pricing, again, just like Costco or Home Depot. Us being a manufacturing company, there just really isn't a lot of room for discounts in our pricing. But we do give you 2 different price models that can help you save a little bit of money. And one is our, I guess, what you would call our case price. So again, that's if you're going to be buying the hardware where I can pull it off the shelf and put it in the truck. Or you're buying enough drape where I can amortize the setup cost over several panels of drape and give you that lower price. Or it's the split case wholesale price, meaning if you buy 2 drape supports and 1 upright, my shipping department then has to break that packed box and repack a box for you. So there's a little bit more cost in that. Even though we are a manufacturing company, we have always and still do sell direct, and we do provide a great value for that. But those prices are a little bit higher because it's a little bit more labor and time to pack those orders. And we can't really amortize the cost of the production over those smaller runs. So it's important to know how we price so that you can better prepare of how you purchase. So as you're talking to your sales reps, a great question to ask is, how many do I need to buy to hit the case price or the box price? also, which we'll talk about a little bit later on the shipping side, is you're going to realize your best cost savings if you're shipping full boxes of product as well, because you're already technically buying that shipping space, so you might as well fill it up as much as possible. So what about sales? Does Georgia Expo run sales? And the answer to that is yes, we do. The best way to get the first-hand knowledge of our sales is to sign up for our email blast or to follow us on social media. So there's a link in the box below where you can do that and you can follow us, and we do run sales and promotions throughout the year on lots of different items. So that's a great way to kind of keep up with what we have going on sale. We also do sales and promotions when we go to trade shows. So we go to several trade shows a year, and these are pretty industry specific trade shows. So if we're at a trade show in your industry, you can generally count on us offering an additional deal at those trade shows for those specific groups. So that's another way if you talk to us face to face in person at a trade show. Again, it's kind of our business. We'll reward you with a little bit of a discount as well. If you're purchasing in large volume, larger than a typical standard purchase, you can talk to your sales rep. They'll try to put pen to paper and see if we can get aggressive on price with you there. Our goal is to not get greedy, and our goal is to grow with you. So we want to be able to provide equipment to you at a best value so that you can grow your business and come back and buy more. We both want to be profitable in this, and so that's kind of how we reflect our sales structure and our pricing model. We also have a clearance section on our website, and this is a great place to look for deals. So it could be scratch and dent, slight imperfections, customer returns. That's typically where we put stuff on discount. Or if we've run a large production run of something and it's not moving as quickly as we need it to get space for other items, we may discount that. So definitely check out our clearance section of our website to see if there's any great deals for you there. Okay, a couple things first. So Georgia Expo charges shipping as a line item. Other companies that you may see out there may be offering free shipping or free shipping over a certain amount. There is no such thing as free shipping, guys. I'm telling you, they are putting the freight cost as a markup on the item. And there's no real convenient way to do that by type of product, so it's a flat markup across the board that they're charging you. So again, when you get items in your cart, let's look at the total at the bottom, not the product cost or the shipping cost, because it can be skewed to cover that freight. One of the main reasons that I know this is because I do shipping for Georgia Expo every single day. I'm kind of a shipping nerd. If I wasn't the VP of Sales and Marketing, I would love to do logistics or freight. It's kind of like Jenga to me, trying to figure out how to get stuff packaged for the most economical amount of money. And the other reason I know this is we did try the free shipping model on our online store about 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, we used to offer free shipping online. And like I was telling you earlier, there is no such thing as free shipping. We marked all of our items up to cover that shipping costs. And what we kind of learned from that experience is it really wasn't fair to the person, say in Florida, who's buying one box of drape, but paying way higher than their shipping cost really would have been, versus maybe a guy in California who's buying some really long 10-foot uprights and he's paying way less in shipping than his actual rates. So our web developer has worked really closely with some of our shipping carriers so that when you do put items in your cart, you're going to be getting back the actual shipping rate of what those items cost, and it's not some arbitrary number that's just placed on top of your items. So since we made that change 2 years ago, it's been super successful for us. And then also our customers, because they're getting a better value and they're only really paying shipping on what they're buying. And we're using our freight specialists and our inside resources to continue to negotiate those rates and get them down for you so you get the best shipping value. So how do you buy Pipe and Drape to get the most economical or the best value in shipping? There's a couple factors to keep in mind when you're doing this. The first one is the length of the products that you are ordering. Completely outside of our control, the shipping companies generally put an excess length charge on any products over 8 feet. Well, as many of you guys know, the standard upright in our industry is an 8-foot upright. So if you're shipping anything over 8 feet, whether you're shipping it ground, which think brown UPS truck, or you're shipping it freight, which you can think tractor trailer, big semi truck, it's going to have an additional charge. And then if you're going over 9, 10 feet, some of the other carriers put even additional fees on top of those excess length. And again, this is completely outside Georgia Expo's control. If you're looking to buy a 9 to 16 slip collar upright, they're roughly $50 a piece. But you only need 5. It must go on a tractor trailer. And that will cost, if it's going to a residence or wherever, on average $180, $190 to ship that. But what you could do is you could upgrade to a 7 to 17 slip collar upright, which is still going to give you the range that you need, but it's more expensive. It's almost double the price. Those are $80 a piece. But you can ship those 7 to 17s ground. So if you're only needing a couple of them, like we use an example 5, you can put those on a ground truck and you can ship those for about $21, and I think I'm using a zip code in Texas. So when you actually compare the cost of the 5 9 to 16s versus an upgraded product that's going to give you more range, more flexibility to adjust a product from the ground, you're actually going to pay less for the upgraded 7 to 17 upright because it can ship ground versus that 9 to 16, which would have to go freight. So talk to your sales rep. They'll be more than happy to recommend other products. Even if they're more expensive products, in the end they could be cheaper to ship, and then you get a better product and a better value. So the next thing you're going to want to watch out for with shipping is weight. And if I wasn't an avid buyer of Pipe and Drape or understood how that worked, sometimes I'd be a little sticker shocked at how much shipping costs for these items. But you guys have to keep in mind, this is heavy stuff. So if you're going to buy 5 18-inch bases, that's 180 pounds. A box of drape, 40 pounds. 5 slip collar uprights, you're talking 35 pounds. So this stuff weighs a lot and takes up a lot of space. So the shipping has to correspond to the space that it's taking up on the truck, whether you are going ground, again, the brown UPS truck, or you're going freight, which is the big tractor trailer. There's kind of a love-hate relationship with weight. If you are shipping a smaller amount of items that are going to go ground, the more weight, the more boxes, the more you're going to pay on the ground side. But there is kind of a tipping scale where you want to move from ground to a freight shipment, and that's generally around 6 to 7 boxes or a couple hundred pounds of weight. And then on the freight side, more weight is actually a better thing in a sense. So when you're shipping on the freight side, you are basically buying a space on the truck. So whether you have a pallet with items on it or a cart that you're shipping out, you're essentially buying that space. And the way that the LTL carriers work is everything is based off of density. So how much weight and space are you taking up? And then they take that and factor it of how much can the whole truck carry or hold, and they assess the freight charges based off that. So when you're going on, you've crossed the ground side and you're going on the LTL side, I'm constantly telling people, you're already paying for the pallet of whatever it is that you're buying. You can add X number of more pounds, and whatever you add essentially ships for free because you are already buying that space. For example, a cart. If you were going to buy an 8-foot combo cart, so that's a really long cart, it weighs probably about 300 pounds. When you put that into the density calculator of the freight carrier, it's going to come back with, like, say, class 175, 200. And density is kind of like golf. You want a lower score. You want a lower density. Lower density means less cost on the freight side. So if you were going to ship an 8-foot combo cart, let's say that cost $300 to ship. But in 2-3 weeks, you're going to be needing some uprights. You're going to be needing some drape. Or you need that stuff now. What we can do is we can take those boxes and ship them inside of the cart. That makes the weight higher. So instead of 300 pounds for the cart, maybe you're adding another 300 pounds. So that's 600 pounds for the cart now. Same space it's taking up. And what that gives you is basically the same freight rate. So you're shipping all of those items for the same price. Same with the pallet. So if you're going to be buying enough product to put onto a pallet, and say you have bases on the bottom and it's not quite high enough, we'll stack your drape boxes on top of that, Again, so that you're putting more weight on that pallet, which you're already buying the 48 by 40 inch square space times the whatever the height is, but you're going to get a better value by adding as many products as you can to the space that you're already purchasing. Again, we do not expect you guys to be shipping experts. That's what we're here for, but just wanted to kind of explain why shipping is the way it is. So if you are shipping an LTL shipment, again, ask your sales reps, hey, what else can I add to this pallet, or what else can I add to this order for it to essentially ship for free? And I can guarantee you pretty much on every LTL order, you're already buying some sort of space. You could throw on a box of sign hooks, bags, things like that you may be needing, and not have to incur those additional shipping costs, say a couple weeks later or later down the line, if you can kind of plan your purchases and do it all at one time. Once you get into even larger shipments, we can talk about buying quarter trailers, half trailers, and full trailers to really maximize your shipping costs. But again, that's if you're going to be buying lots of items. So definitely talk to us if you have one of those purchases planned, and we can help shop out the best rates on that. We are in the events business, trade show and events, and if we can't get that product to you when you need it, that show or that event's going to open whether that stuff's there or not. And we want to we understand our role and how important we are to your business, and we want to make sure that things get there on time and get there in great condition. Okay, so that's all for now. Definitely click subscribe if you want to see more from Georgia Expo, and looking forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks.